Look at you. Man, it's been so long since I played this. Hey everyone, it's Cosmo, and welcome to another memory card video. Another one that I'm recording live. So today I want to talk about a game that I love, a series that I love, and one that I'm sure many of you are familiar with. Yakuza, or Like a Dragon. I'm not doing this scripted at all. This is another one where I'm going just off the dome. I guess I can start by saying I just, I love the Yakuza games. There was a point in my channel where I wanted to do a bunch of videos talking about the Yakuza series. That was the thing I did in the earlier days of my channel. I wanted to... Why does the game sound so muffled? I wanted to talk about series in their entirety. That's why I did it for Danganronpa. And I started to do it for Yakuza as well. I've put out a video on Yakuza Kiwami 1 and Yakuza Kiwami 2. But I really wasn't proud of how those videos turned out. So I just stopped making videos about the Yakuza series. I guess it's because, it's a pretty huge undertaking if you decide to make videos talking about these games, because they've already been talked about to death, for starters. I don't think I would have said anything of value if I'm being completely honest. The two Yakuza videos that I did upload, they're probably the only videos that I'm really disappointed with on my channel. I think the worst part about them is they were, I want to say, 40 minutes to an hour long videos, but the problem is I didn't really say much of substance. Like I said, I was just reiterating the story, and I didn't do the game's justice, so I just figured I won't do any more videos on Yakuza. That said, I'm not going to do any more traditional Yakuza videos, but I still would like to talk about these games in some capacity, which is why this memory card even exists right now. And also, this video isn't just gonna be me talking about how great the Yakuza games are. Everyone knows how great they are. One second. What? The audio is so muffled. I'm gonna see if I can do something about that. Or stereo. Try this, I guess. That's a little better. Also, you can see I have a full completed save here. I just put a crap ton of time into this game. But as I was saying, I'm not gonna recap the stories of these games or anything. I actually want to talk about things that I dislike with the current state of Yakuza. And yeah, just pretty much rant about why I have burnout with this series, why I'm not so big on the Yakuza series these days. I've played each and every Yakuza game up to Infinite Wealth. Well, not including the spin-offs. I haven't played all the spin-offs, but up to Infinite Wealth, I've played every Yakuza game from 0 to Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. And these are fun games. They're competent games. Like, they always have a crap ton of content packed into them. I think you're getting your money's worth if you decide to buy one of these and play them. I'm pretty sure I got this game for $5 when it was on sale. Probably the best purchase I've ever made. The Yakuza games also have one major problem in that if you've played one Yakuza game, then you've damn near played them all. I know I say that a lot, and even other series that I like, such as Resident Evil and Metal Gear, they all kind of suffer that issue as well, where if you've played one game in the series, then you know what to expect from others. But I don't think they're as severe as Yakuza is with its repetitive nature. I'm trying to think about the last time I played this game. I think it was 2020. But yeah, I've played the Yakuza game so much that I feel like I've seen all this series has to offer, from the gameplay to the story. I don't think they're doing much to excite me anymore when it comes to the Yakuza games. And I don't really feel like I'm missing out on anything by not having played the newest releases. They will switch up the formula in a few ways. Sometimes they introduce more characters. Sometimes they'll completely change the style of gameplay. Like Yakuza 7 and 8, it doesn't play like this. It's more of a traditional RPG, a turn-based RPG. And it just feels like you're playing the same game with a different coat of paint, you know? But I know I'm not the only person who's suffered burnout with the Yakuza series either, because I've had conversations with a couple of my friends, and they all kind of feel the same way. They at least understand the sentiment. One friend of mine, Joseph, aka Young Falcon, they were telling me that they resorted to just playing through these games with a trainer because you know, it's just so much of the same that they didn't want to bother playing through the games normally anymore. And I completely understand where they're coming from. I completed this game legitimately 100%, the entire thing, but I did return to it a while later using a trainer. That's also why I have like $9 trillion. But I completely understand where in using a trainer, that's also how I beat Infinite Wealth. By the time I got halfway through that game, I just said, I can't do it anymore. This game is it's such a slog. I don't want to play it this way anymore. And I will admit that the burnout is my fault as well. The first time I played through the Yakuza series, I did take my time with each game, but I did also, you know, as soon as I finished a story, I would probably do some more submissions and then go straight to the next game, which you know, that does kind of ruin the experience if you want to take these games in fully. I don't think you're doing yourself a favor by running your way all the way through these games. I kind of did myself a disservice by rushing my way through the Yakuza games. But I still enjoyed these games, just not in the way that I think you should enjoy them. So yeah, my interest in the Yakuza series has almost completely waned. I guess if I'm being honest, I really don't see myself picking up any future installments in the series, at least not for the near future. Although I won't say that entirely. There are a few things in the Yakuza series that I would still be interested in. I would be interested in more Judgment spin-offs. I actually really enjoyed those games the first time I played through them. Also like the new cast of characters that was introduced in the Judgment series. It's been a while since I played through those games, but I remember really enjoying both of those way more than I keep forgetting the name of it, Infinite Wealth in Yakuza 6, I guess. Even though Yakuza 6 made me cry like a bitch. The only other thing that would keep me interested in Yakuza would be seeing Kiryu's fate. You know, seeing how they're gonna give him a farewell. I think there's still potential to do something great with Kiryu's character. But yeah, pretty much those two things. Pretty much another Judgment game, or a game that shows the consequences of, or not the consequences, how Kiryu is gonna go out eventually, because, you know, he's at the end of his rope. I hope the next game deals with that. If they can do both of those things well, then I'd be interested in the next Yakuza game. But as of right now, I hate to say it, but I don't have much interest in the series anymore. I know there's a Kiwami 3 just came out. That's a remake of Yakuza 3. And that game has its own share of controversy. But I'm not even familiar with that, so I'm not even going to talk about it. But I guess that goes to show you more just how uninterested I am in the state of Yakuza. Which is a shame, because this really is one of... Well, when I played through it, I really enjoyed this series. Like I said, I am keeping... I guess I'll keep an eye out for future Ryuga Gotoku games, because I do think they can make great stuff. What's that new game they have coming out called? Stranger from Heaven, or something like that. It's just Yakuza that I've had enough of. I don't want to play much of these games anymore.